is the password.
All right, sounds pretty good.
Cool.
Bad good. Gonna get check 1, 2.
Okay.
Ha ha.
Do I need to mute the TV?
Ha ha ha. You can't even. I don't think you can really pick it up. It's fine. Probably no big deal.
Gotcha.
Okay, welcome to the Charisma Meter. This is K Straw. This is a kind of off the cuff episode with my friend Ricky Wyatt, who is a massive music fan, Prince fan, D'Angelo fan, just a R&B connoisseur,
Bass player.
What's the fraternity? Shout out to the fraternity too.
Oh yeah, it's Omega Psi Phi.
Omega Psi Phi. So the purple is no accident.
No,
It's part of the. It's
it's part of the lifestyle.
It's part of the lifestyle. So it's not even it just happened to work. But yeah, this is a special episode that was your idea, Ricky, right?
Yeah, man. Like 2000 was music wise was a interesting year. Like looking back.
Yeah.
Was,
Well, this is an episode that is kind of dedicated to, 20 years of Voodoo, and really almost 20 years dedicated to like the Soulquarian kind of movement. Really.
Yeah,
I was thinking about it on the way over here, and I was like, well, I mean, you could say it's 20 years of Voodoo, but really the 20 years of at least 20 years, more than 20 years of like Questlove, but like the Soulquarians were really responsible for a lot of the music.
Yeah.
It started with really with the first Erykah Badu record.
Oh, you think so?
I would say so. Well, I mean, because I feel like the Roots were hitting on a certain wave, but they really didn't know what was happening. They galvanized it, later with the jam sessions and stuff in Philly.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think they didn't even, Questlove, he's, for as being observant as he is, I feel like there are things that have happened with him that, it just happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think we had it came in spurts.
Yeah.
And then what I mean by spurts is like you're right, because the Roots did do a couple of tunes on Erykah's first one.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, that other side of the game was,
yeah,
dude. I mean, that was what I needed in '97, and I felt like it was a perfect storm in a way. It was D'Angelo and a lot of the guys that came around that, and the Maxwell record, and then the next year was Erykah Badu. I mean, it was like a
and then they did that Hypnotics a remix, with D'Angelo, where they used I think it was on the Space Jam soundtrack. I know the Hypnotic remix with the Roots and then D'Angelo, and so then
yes, the remix,
and then they did that.
Somebody go. I'm not even gonna pause it. I'll just keep it in here. Whatever. I'll just keep it rolling. I'll probably edit this out later. Maybe not. Anyways, you're listening to the Charisma Meter with Kelli Strawbridge. We're talking about D'Angelo. We're talking about that era of soul and visitors.
But no, what I was saying was like, and then on Common's One Day It All Makes Sense, the Roots did a song on that.
Oh, they did. I didn't know that. I didn't listen to that. I haven't listened to that record.
Really?
No.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, like they did a song with him, and so that's why I say this stuff was coming in like little spurts, and then it just seemed like after, and then I think Erykah returned the favor with Things Fall Apart when she did the You Got Me thing, and then after that it was like okay.
And they also, D'Angelo did with Erykah, was it Your Precious Love? That was
on to the Marvin Gaye tribute thing. So so
that was serious. So there was a domino effect, if you will, for that era then.
Plus the era needed it too, because R&B was.
I mean, it needed a new like thing. It needed something different, and
it was hurt.
It was hurting. Well, I mean, and this we're gonna bring up Prince a lot in this.
Yeah.
Because
please get ready.
Yeah, we get ready. Because look, I've done 117 episodes of the Hustle season, and I always try to like get a little Prince in there, but like they have like little drops and stuff whenever I bring up Prince and everything because they're sick of hearing about it. So this is my podcast, so I get to talk about Prince as much as I want, and Ricky will indulge. Indulge the whole thing. So. That era was interesting because, I was still listening to Prince. I mean, Emancipation was heavy. And I feel like that he was anticipating that. That was, he felt it. He knew that was coming somewhat.
Or what a wave of something.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that, one of the things that always impressed me about Quest and say D'Angelo, which was probably fresh at that time that hadn't been done, they never shied away from their influence of Prince. Like, they were always like, oh, that's our dude. He is the Yoda. He is this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, we were used to artists, maybe prior to them being a little older,
Mm-hmm.
they never said that. They roared like, yo, yeah, like, he's our guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, we want to play with him. And we want to do this.
Yeah.
And so...
Prince would dog him out, though.
Yeah.
He would dog him out.
But, being a Prince fan, like, you probably know as much as I do. He was old school where he just wasn't going to invite you, like, to his table just because you said you liked him.
True.
You had to earn a spot for him to say, okay, come on, because... like Sinead O'Connor did a song, he cursed her out.
Allegedly.
I mean, Genuine did a song, he was like, man, come on, man. He cursed him out.
Look, that one was a weird one.
So I mean, I say, and then there again, like leading up to, this wave, you got that infamous story of, like a D'Angelo show where him and Quest and Prince shows up and then they jam on some stuff, and it was kind of like, okay.
I mean, they were going to do a show together. They were going to do Hampton. They were going to do Hampton in 97.
That's right. That was the Emancipation.
Yeah, and it got canceled.
Yeah, okay.
It was going to be D'Angelo and Prince in Hampton, and my parents got on the hammer and tried to get. I
remember
this close to getting
that.
Tickets, man.
I
and
remember
then they canceled
that
the show for some weird
because
reason.
Hampton got flooded with calls, and they said that we haven't got any confirmation for. Yeah, I do remember that because my sister was a student at Hampton. Shout out to my sister.
Yeah, shout out
for that. But I will say this too, man. I know the lead up to Voodoo was interesting because, at this point in time, I know whenever Neo Soul was mentioned, the faces of it were always like, say, I know like D'Angelo, Erica, and Lauryn Hill, and maybe Michelle.
Yeah.
And so, but if you remember, and I think the reason, and some people may not get it now, but like you may remember, there was a high anticipation for like D'Angelo's second
100%
outing.
Well, he had done that. He had done it so well.
Yeah.
Like he was on a roll. He put out once Lady came out, it was like over. And then after that, they put out the Lady Maxi single, and it had the live version of High Love on it.
Yeah, he did the live at the Jazz Cafe thing. Yeah,
and once he did that, I was like, oh, he's like the real deal. And he just kept going with the collabs and different stuff. And then he did the quartet thing with D'Angelo. I mean, with Questlove
and Sadiq and Ali Shaheed,
and Spanky. And he did that on Chris Rock's show.
Yeah. Well, so that he did, and like this is what people I think may not forget, but like you may remember, post Brown Sugar album. I'm gonna say album as in like a collection of songs, not just vinyl. But after that, like if you remember, you had Maxwell's first one.
Yeah.
You had like Eric Benet's first one.
Yeah.
You had, say, Rashawn Patterson's first one.
Okay.
Well, now, then by the time Voodoo came out, Maxwell had done another one. Eric Benet had done another one.
Yeah.
Rashawn Patterson had done another one. I think D'Angelo, so like everybody was kind of like, okay, what's he gonna do? And like you're right, but the difference in between those guys and him was he was the singer and the musical cat,
right?
Because like you said, he did the Chris Rock thing, he did the David Sanborn special. And he was playing with like Davis. He did the BB King thing
and like tore them. He totally, crushed that.
Yeah. So like,
and Maxwell's thing didn't do that well. That second album didn't do that.
Nah,
well.
It didn't.
It was weird, and also he was very secretive about his methods at that time.
Yeah.
He was not giving up his methods for how he was doing the music,
right?
And he was kind of, he was with Sade Cat, and like that scene. So they're like all mysterious about their stuff.
Yeah,
like
Sweetback.
Yeah, Sweetback. They were exactly. So they were. He wasn't as upfront with the fact that I wrote all these demos.
Yeah,
because like the first record is pretty much all him. He wrote it in his bedroom, did all the demos, and then was able to get the polished versions of these songs.
Yeah,
but everybody was kind of at a different place. Erykah Badu's came out with her live record, which was legendary.
Yeah,
that is a legendary
smart move.
Very smart move.
Smart move.
It was a great move, and so leading up to Voodoo, there was also. Did you ever see that Double XL?
I have it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I have it upstairs somewhere.
Get that photocopied right now, but
I have it upstairs. I know exactly with the black and white cover.
So that was a big deal.
It was.
That was a huge deal because that one is like a diary almost of what they were doing in the studio,
and that's what sold it.
That's what sold it.
I think, and I don't mean sold it in a sense of. I mean, like the public was reading a great deal. I think amongst being like a musician,
musicians,
like musician cats were like, wait, he's talking about studying Marvin Gaye and Al Green and James Brown and Prince and all these people.
They were talking about Prince bootlegs in there, and they said that they were recording
at Electric
Ladyland, and they're playing 24/7, and they said they already had like 50-some songs,
and that's what did it. Like that's what made. Cats that we know who play like, okay, I'm at least check this out and see because it sounds like it's gonna be deep or dope. And then shortly thereafter, he did the Chris Rock show where he did Chicken Grease.
Now when was what? Let me look that up because
exactly that was that XXL issue was like 98ish.
It was 98.
And then I want to say
the beginning of 98.
It was like that winterish, springish.
Yeah.
And then that I want to say that Chris Rock performance might have been late 99 because I remember in the clip he says from the forthcoming Voodoo album.
Oh, really? So he teased it on the Chris Rock show.
Yeah.
I did not know
But this was after he did the one with Questlove and I know Sadiq and Spanky and Ali Shaheed.
Yeah, no, I remember. No, that was like 97. Like,
yeah.
That was still, they were still in the midst of working on that record, which I still love watching that because Ali Shaheed Muhammad is handling that bass.
Yeah.
Like,
he is, man.
And Raphael Sadiq is like, I mean, just where do you come up with that kind of jam? Like, that kind of jam with those chords. And like that remix, like there's got to be a recorded version of that somewhere. There has to be, like that, because that version, that song.
I'll do you one better. There's probably some rehearsal footage